think I'm watching myself. It's all good. I just backed into my computer. I mean, my guitar. Anyways, got me a little haircut. Too red. Anyways, if you're there, say hello. Otherwise, I have no idea who's out there watching me. But I'm here nonetheless. And I don't hear myself. There we go. Probably don't hear myself. There we go. Trying to close some of these. There we go. Let's see if I can mute one of these. Is that better? I got 3 viewers. How you doing? I want to hear myself talk back to myself, that's for sure. But I want to see the chat. So, hey, Sarah Jane and Sasha S. Welcome. Yes, it does. It sounded good to me too. And I've been wanting pot stickers for the longest time. I was actually going to make pierogies myself, and I was going to do that live on cam. And then I thought, well, maybe I'm going to do like seafood mukbang and do a little seafood cookbang mukbang on cam, but I don't know. I kind of have some toothache issue going on over here on this side of my face, and I didn't want to stand and cook and then eat, and so I figured this was kind of like the next best thing. Gotta eat what's on hand, you know? Now, I still don't understand how the whole live thing goes, so excuse me, because what I'm seeing is delayed. Love you too, Sarah Jane. The sauce, it's kind of like a soy sauce mix. I'm really not sure. It comes packaged together. My Aldi's, was it Aldi's? Yeah, Aldi's actually had a bunch of Asian stuff this past week, and it comes packaged in the actual package. But if you shop Walmart, Walmart sells either pork or chicken, dumplings, pot stickers, whatever you want to call them. They have a huge bag. I think it's like 8 and change or 9 and change. Don't quote me on the price. And it also comes with the sauce. And the sauce is pretty similar in taste. And I would say these dumplings, pot stickers, whatever you want to call them, Goyoza, if you ever go out and eat Japanese food. I forget what they call Vietnamese, calls them probably pot stickers. They're a little smaller, the ones I've had, the Vietnamese ones. So good. Of course, in the sauce, though, I put, I cut up some scallion, green onion. It doesn't come with that. Yeah. Well, I'm taking something for the tooth pain. So right now I'm okay. But I have to get ahead of the pain by, you know, keeping the pain medicine going before the pain comes. And I didn't do that. I kind of got a little lax because the pain went away and I was feeling good. So I didn't take the pain meds because I don't like to take pain meds if I don't have to. Yes, Aldi's had some specials this week, but they didn't include any of the Asian stuff anyways. I usually have the paper somewhere around here. I think that's it up above. But they had some, they always have good stuff. I don't know. I just love my Aldi's. I practically live in the store. If I'm not at Walmart, I'm at Aldi's, and I go shopping every day. So, hi, Sarge. I go shopping every day so that my food is fresh. I hate buying stuff and then having to throw it away. And it's just me and my mom right now. So Mm. Yeah, this is like a soy sauce mixture. I should have took the little packet and maybe showed the ingredients on it. But let me see if I can hold this up to the camera and you guys can see dripping with sauce. Look, it's coming out. Mm. I will say the sauce tastes a little bit salty for me, where the brand that I've had through Walmart is not at all like that whatsoever. Swish with coconut oil and spit? You mean in my mouth? You're a moderator. Oh yeah, you probably are from the last time I made you a moderator. I never unmade you a moderator. I think you and Fluffy both are mods on my channel, and I never unmade you mods, so it's probably automatically. I trust you. Kick anybody out you want. I still don't know how to do that. Not nice people, though. You know, if we get like one of those trolls. Yeah, I don't like to waste food, Sarah Jane, at all. There's too many starving families out there. Or like my mother used to say, you know, don't waste food. There's people in Ethiopia that are starving. And why she used to say Ethiopia, I have no idea. But yeah, I noticed that because you're showing up blue and you have a little tool next to your name, Sarge. It's not because you're good with tools, I guess. Even though you are, I saw you put that shelf up. Is it still up, by the way? You haven't mentioned it. I would have just pushed a table or something in that corner, personally. Let the cats eat up on top of that. I have a big table out in my living room, but somehow, finally, the dogs found a way to get up on top of the table. Or dog. I can't say dogs, but my girl dog, Duchess, she got up on the table. Yeah, right, Sarah Jane? Sarge has a tool. She is a tool, too, but she has a tool. I think if Fluffy came in here, she'd probably have a tool, too, because if I remember last time, we had some troll that came in and was being a really, really rude you-know-what. And I didn't know how to block them, so I think what I did was I made Sarge and Fluffy mods so that they can do it for me. And they did rather quickly. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. Like, Duchess, like, she likes to go on tables. For some reason, she'll lay on our coffee table, so it's like her coffee table. When she was a puppy, she ate the coffee table, and we had once what was a rectangular coffee table, which was then a oval coffee table because she got to all the corners. But when she grew out of that, thank God, she doesn't chew on the table, but she still lays on the table, and I can't stop her. I tell her not to do it, and I'll turn around, and she's right there like a statue, like, what? This is where I belong. This is my bed. But what I do is on this side of the house, I have like a hallway with a bathroom between what's my office here and my bedroom. And I keep the cat litter boxes and everything on this side of the house. I put up a baby gate on the hallway, so they can't jump the baby gate. They do know how to open the baby gate if I don't put the latch down all the way. But that stopped them from doing a couple of nasty things they were doing. One, eating the cat food, which is really expensive because I don't buy them cheap food because I got tired of them, you know, regurgitating all over the place, and I thought it was the food doing it. It happens a lot less with the food I'm feeding them now, but the food is a little bit more expensive. The other thing was they were helping themselves to the food in the box, and I don't mean Jack in the box, but what goes in must come out, so I think they prefer the food with those nice clumping, crunchy things in there. I don't know why. Yeah, it is good to have mods, especially with the troll that we once had when we were, I think it was my first or second live that I was doing. This is only like the third or fourth one now. I don't want to rehash what happened, but it was really extremely rude what this person said. And I just, if I had the capabilities and the know-how, I would have kicked them right then and there. But I was like, yo, here, you guys do what you got to do. And so I made them mods. I've been a mod in other chat like situations, and I've been a moderator of different groups. MSN used to have groups, and I was a moderator. Hello, Fluffy. You made it. See, she's a mod too. I knew it. It's automatic. I just never undid it. Hey, what's up? Joan, love you, lady. Glad you can make it. So yeah, I've been like in this really, I don't know, I guess ever since before Valentine's Day, I've been eating carbs. I'm not supposed to. If you guys know what keto is, I'm not supposed to be eating pasta. What's in the pot stickers is okay to eat, but the pot sticker itself is made with flour, and it's not okay to eat. But like I said, I was craving, I wanted to make pierogies, which are pretty much the same. They're made the same way. I could make these. I was going to make like 1,000 of them and try to mukbang them on cam. Wow. See, the sauce is good, but it's kind of salty, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't like it that salty. The Walmart brand is so much better, and it has a little bit of a kick to it where it's not spicy, but it's just spicy enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. And I have 2 huge jars of kimchi that I made for myself, but I'm not eating any kimchi tonight. I just, with the toothache, I didn't want to eat anything cold. And just so you know, I'm not in any pain right now at all. And I warn you guys if I start talking funny, because I'm on something for pain. Wow. Yeah, it's not really hard to eat. They're so small. I don't know. I don't even remember how many was in the bag, but I know that I ate quite a few of them. I'm just kind of enjoying myself and eating them. So it is what it is. I don't know if I'm missing anybody's chat. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. And so sorry if anybody's asking any questions that I missed. Please go ahead and re-ask if I seem like I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. Yeah, go in the shower, girl. I can smell you from here. I'm kidding. I love you, Sarah Jane. Thank you for stopping by, even if it was short. You know I appreciate you regardless. I know, Fluff. I wish I could just, like, you know, give them to you through the screen. Look at this. Now I'm having, like, technical issues holding it. Look at that. Perfect little... Ooh! Perfect little bite-sized sign. Where'd it go? Oh my God. Saved by the shelf here under my thing. Don't you just love when stuff happens live? And it's funny because I got it delayed, so I got to watch it a second time to see myself mess up. I know, I'm teasing you, but what kind of mukbang would it be if I didn't? Right? Not only did I tease you, but I gave you a bonus where I dropped something on camera. Now I'm gonna really tease you. Look at the insides of that. And I hope you're getting that, because I'm not seeing it as I'm showing it, but it is all that chicken, and I think there's some vegetables mixed in with that. I don't know what kind. I haven't figured it out. And I probably should take a bite or two without sauce, but I love the sauce, even though I'm sitting here complaining about the fact that it's a little salty for me. I know you do all the time. That's why I said that. It was a bonus. It was like ode to fluffiness, you know? Like, I have to drop something on cam like you do so that, you know, because you're here. So it's like I'm representing for Fluffy. You know, when I did that Fluffy's dub for you, and there's that one part you had a sandwich that the daughter had got for you, and it had some kind of mayonnaise or something on it. And I don't even think you like mayonnaise, but it was on there. And you picked up the sandwich and it was just dripping out of the bottom of the sandwich and it was going all over whatever you had there in the front of your camera. And every time I watched it, as I was playing it back and trying to do the dub, I just kept laughing. I just found it so incredibly funny. I don't know why. Nope, they are not keto. And yes, it tastes very wonderful. Well, Sarge, you got to figure something out. You didn't know what you wanted earlier either. I'm telling you, I bought little neck clams today. I have 2 lobsters in my freezer because they came that way. It was an Aldi's thing. I bought 2 lobsters, stuffed clams. I wanted to make like a whole nice little seafood bake with potatoes and things like that, like they do. Have you guys ever heard of like the Boston bake or something it's called? I don't know. They put it in a net and they boil it all together. And then, you know, you have like the Andalese sausage and some corn, and none of it's keto. The seafood would be. Hey, Nikki, good to see you. And look, I'm eating something not keto because, you know, just want to. I got 3 left. That's how I've been eating them really, really fast. I was hungry. I was really hungry, and I didn't really. I had coffee today. Well, I did eat actually. I bought rare roast beef and Munster cheese, and I had that, and I had some seafood salad earlier too. But I ate out of the container, and it wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't mukbangable, if you know what I mean. Oh, thank you, Nikki. You're so sweet. Yes, this is so, look. Yummers. Take a bite. Yum, yum. Hurry up, Sarge. Yeah, what I did first, it was so simple. They come frozen. So they say to microwave them. You could put them for 3 or 4 minutes in the microwave in a microwave safe bowl in the microwave, kind of to boil them, really, to get the, you know, defrost them. Then I drained them really well, and with sesame oil in a pan, I heated that up, and I threw them in the pan, and I just kind of sauteed them a little bit until, you know, they did get a little bit more brown on one side. I like them more doughy than anything. The reason I wanted to do the pierogies was I wanted to do a recipe video for you guys because they're so simple to make, and there are so many different types of pierogies that you could make, both savory and sweet. And a lot of people don't know that. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a pierogi. They have like potato pierogies, which I absolutely love, potato and sour cream and chive pierogies. I do have some Polish in me. So it's sort of a tradition, family thing, whatever. But they're so, people don't realize how simple they are to make. And there's a couple of different ways that you can make the dough. You could just use flour and water, which it's no simpler than that. Or you can use flour, water, and some sour cream in the mix. And then you boil them, and then you can fry them. Now, I always like a little crisp on them, but I do also like the doughiness of them, which is why I like bread. I like the doughiness of bread. But when I'm doing bad and I'm off keto and I'm eating stuff, you know, I'm honest. So I'm going to come on here even though I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to share with you guys because I might as well. You know? Stop teasing. Nancy! I love to tease you guys. Yes, pierogies, the potato kind with sour cream. They are so, so good. Boiled or even sauteed in a pan with some Kerry's Gold, the grass-fed butter, grass-fed cow butter. Hands down, buttery potato yumminess. I'm going to slow down a little bit here because I only have 2 left. And it makes me want to go to the store and buy more. Because I could sit here and eat these things one after the next until I'm like stuffed to the gills. I could actually see you opening your mouth because there was a video that I don't remember what it was. Oh, somebody was. I think it was you, Fluffy. You were eating kimchi or something, and you put it up to the camera, and I was like, I want to eat it. See, even just by itself without the sauce, I think it has cabbage. I'm not sure, but I think it has cabbage and the chicken in there. And I like cabbage, so I'm okay with that. I think Nikki was just making something for her and her daughter with cabbage and regular mashed potato with some butter and some sweet potatoes, which looked really, really fresh and good. I love candied yams or sweet potatoes. Don't eat any of that on keto, though. I don't blow smoke. No, I don't blow smoke up asses. I just got a visual, Fluff. Pork. Yeah, the pork ones are really good too. I don't really taste too much of a difference, but obviously you just made her pork. We call that hueco mista, which it's a Spanish dish, and some of I don't know if Puerto Ricans do, but I know the Cubans do, where it's the fried pork chunks, and it's absolutely delicious. Or even if they like pulled pork, I love that. What is keto? Well, it's short for ketogenic. It's a diet that was created back in the 1920s. I want to say like 1928 for adolescents to try to help them get off of their meds that they were being given for mental health issues, depression, and what we now know as ADHD. I don't think it was known as that back then, but it really helped with seizures and things of that nature. There are actually pets that are known as keto pets, where they're fed a primary high-fat, moderate protein, and very low carbohydrate diet. Keto for me is, I go for the fats, but I do count calories just the same as you would with any diet. I do believe in portion control. So I don't add a lot of unnecessary fats. I do cook with butter. I do sometimes use butter that's not grass-fed, but for the most part, I just like the grass-fed butter, so I'll eat the grass-fed butter. I didn't eat red meat for many, many years, but with the ketogenic diet, when I started a year ago in January 8th was a year, I started eating steak again and stuff. And so what I'm really considering now, because I seem to get down to a certain weight and then I just kind of stay there, I'm considering just more what I call keto low carb. So I'm still eating stuff that's considered keto, but I'm not doing it for mental health reasons. I'm doing it for weight loss reasons. And also I have possibly thyroid issue and some other health stuff going on. And the ketogenic diet has been known to help with like the brain fog. And I have all this energy, and I can wake up in the morning or whenever I wake up, sometime this afternoon, I'll have coffee with heavy whipping cream. I do not add MCT oil, even though I have it in my kitchen. Like I said, I don't believe in adding extra oils, but people do what's called the Bulletproof Coffee. And basically, I do the heavy whipping cream. I have liquid stevia, heavy whipping cream, the coffee. I'll do like a 26-ounce. People on here have seen me with my cup. I don't have anything to drink right now on deck. But that'll sustain me till like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Like I have to make myself eat. I do not go hungry. I'm not always hungry. So what keto has been able to do for me by eating fat, once my body is fat adapted or in ketosis, as they call it, and don't get that confused with ketoacidosis, two totally different things. One is extremely bad. That's ketoacidosis. But ketosis is very good. And what that is my body knows that it's getting the energy that it needs from the fat that I consume. And I'm able to maintain weight and sustain hunger. Like I'm not hungry and I don't have to eat all day long. So if I'm, out and about or I'm traveling, I only have to worry about maybe getting 1 or 2 meals in for the day and I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about like mindlessly eating like I've been doing. Because when I eat carbs now, and I know my body, it kicks up the hunger. It makes your insulin level rise. And with that comes extreme hunger. And so even though like I'll eat and I'll be hungry again in another hour or so, as to where if I just ate a steak and a few little bit of veggies on my plate, where I tend to eat more meat anyways and stay away from the veggies, yes, carbs really Well, I don't know that carbs make you feel glum, Nikki, but they don't help. There's what I've been calling grain brain, because I try to stay away from grain. Therefore, something like this, eating it, you know, it's got flour in it. So flour is a grain, rice is a grain, oats are grain, corn, believe it or not, is grain. I don't eat peas. You know, none of those things. Root vegetables are higher in sugar and starches also. And I watch things like whole milk and stuff because they have natural sugars in them. Even fruit is a natural nature's candy. So, you know, my husband suffers from depression, bipolar, all kinds of weird things, and he's on meds, and he really doesn't want to be on meds. And so he tries to take it upon himself not to take his meds. When he was following the diet, because he had no choice, because he doesn't like diets and he doesn't want to follow diets. And he had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery about 3 years ago this January. Actually, the 8th, the same day that was a year for me on keto. But when he was following it, not knowing he was a total different person. So I definitely say from his standpoint, knowing what he suffers from and has been clinically observed, you know, that he goes through, it does help big time. But anytime you watch your diet, you have a better chance of, you know, not feeding your body things that it might not necessarily do well with. And mental health issues, you know, they say sugar is like cocaine, basically. It's kind of up there in the same thing because the endorphins, you know, you eat sugar, it gets that's really, really uppity, like manic mode, and then you have a crash, and then you're really, really depressed. And so I've noticed that with lots of different foods. So once you learn what's in your food, and you start to eliminate little things here and there, then, you know, you have a better chance of seeing how you personally are affected by foods. So like I have a lot of aches and pains. I had a car accident October 19th, 2016. I have this clicking, popping thing that goes on in my neck where it sounds like it's on a rotary, you know, and I have other issues that are, I don't know that they're fibromyalgia. However, they sound pretty much, you know, when I talk to, you know, Fluffy and other people who have fibro, I seem to have a lot of the symptoms. However, when I eat keto, not this way, but keto, where I'm primarily just eating high fat, moderate protein, and very low carbs, and staying away from as many sugars as I possibly can, except for stevia. I do liquid stevia. In fact, this is the stuff that I use right here. I have one in my drawer here, one in my purse. I have them all over the house. It's good. Like, you know, tomorrow I have to go with hubby. I'm taking him for, he has to get something done in his stomach, like a GI scope. But this stuff is it's a little pricey for what it is, but it's better than any of the powdered stuff. I used to do the pink packets of Sweet and Low, and now that I know what I know about that stuff, you just don't want to ingest it, because anything to make the powder, you know, make it that powdery substance, it's not good. So I do liquid stevia, and I do it for my coffee, but I don't try to sweeten, like make cookies and cakes and any of those so-called keto-friendly things, because what I found when I was doing that was I wasn't losing any weight. So, you know, I always tell people do their own research, go online. I do eat sweets, though. I can't help myself. Yes, kimchi is definitely crack. I did for you, Fluffy. I did the from beginning to end kimchi video that I said I was going to shoot, but I have it in different parts. Some of it I think I filmed on my phone, while some of it I filmed on my my webcam. Not my webcam. What is this thing? Handycam. I have this thing. I have a couple of different. Look, I'm getting all blurry. But anyways, I have to put it together and edit it, and so that's coming to you how I do it. It's water kimchi basically. There might be different ways of doing kimchi. I don't know. The more sour you want it, the more you're going to want to let it sit. but it's good probiotics, as you know. So yeah, no, I do eat sweets sometimes, Nikki, but high fat, moderate protein. I mean, who doesn't want to eat a steak? Who doesn't like, I mean, you can eat chicken, you can eat fish, you can eat steak. I eat eggs. You could actually eat all the eggs that you want to eat. You can eat cheese. I know a lot of people say they love cheese, but what I'm finding is some people on keto, they choose not to do dairy and they'll try to cut out the cheese, but they'll say, well, but I can't stop my coffee and I do my heavy whipping cream. I don't know. I've been maintaining my weight over the last year. I'm actually a few pounds less than I was last year this time. However, I get to a certain point in my weight and then I just stall. And I don't do anything, but I screw up is what I do end up doing. And then when I'm like eating stuff like this, and I'm like, okay, but tomorrow's a new day. What I find that's easy for me with keto and why I keep going back to it is after having a real bad binge, or what I call, I mean, for me, a binge is, I'm eating this today. I must have ate something yesterday that was carby. I made the other day pudding. I had some of that. I made it for hubby, or at least that was my excuse. So I cook and I bake and I make cakes and I make wonderful, yummy things. I do a 2-ingredient macaroon type cookie with chocolate. I couldn't just eat one, I shouldn't be making those things. But, the things that I do eat, when I get that in my system, it's a drug and I'm going off the chains and I cannot stop myself from eating them. Well, I can, but it's hard. But what I find with the ketogenic diet is once I get past the first 1 to 2 days, for me, I'm not saying this is for everybody, but once I get past the first 1 to 2 days, it's so much easier to stay away from it. And then it's so easy to go, since I shop every day at Walmart and Aldi's and whatnot, when you go to any store and you're in the aisle to cash out, to pay, there's always the worst junk right there. You got your chips, you got candy bars, you got all that fattening stuff. There's jerky there, but even some jerky you got to watch out for on keto because it's higher in carbs. And then if you read the ingredients, you got sugars in there and stuff you want to watch out for. And that's like the teriyaki ones and things like that. But it's easier for me to get through the aisle and not be tempted by those things. And I don't know about you guys, but in my Walmart, not only is there candy, there's cookies, there's those grandma baked cakes, cookies, cupcakes, pies. Then there's drinks and Monsters and all kinds of crazy drink stuff too. And I'm not big on soda. I'm really not a big, never was a big soda drinker, but I have a hard time drinking water. I should drink more water, but I have a hard time drinking. Like, I don't even have any water with me. Like, God forbid I should choke on a pot sticker. But the last pot sticker, woo. Why did I do that? I'm like a little kid trying to feed myself doing airplanes. Well, thank you, Nikki. Actually, I'm at 240 something. I haven't been weighing myself every day. That's when I start screwing up. I don't want to be depressed, so I won't get on the scale. And I'm not afraid to share my weight because talking about choking, because I used to be well over 300 pounds. And I got to a point where I was agoraphobic. I wouldn't leave the house. I didn't want to go out. It was pretty much hurting my relationship with my husband because he liked to go places and do things. I'm very social to begin with. And I think it was more of a hurt to me. I was hurting myself. But I wouldn't get on the scale. I didn't want to know what I weighed. I come from a family of heavy people. My mother had gastric bypass surgery. I want to say like 2004? Something like that. It was a while. It was like 14 years ago. And my husband then had it, like I said, 3 years ago. And for me, surgery was never an option. Like, I could probably jump through hoops and get the kind of insurance that my husband had or my mother had and, claim that I'm mentally screwed up and qualified. But, I said, you got to learn how to eat, witnessing two people plus the people that I follow in the weight loss community here on YouTube, who a lot of them have had surgery, and I respect them. I don't say that it's a cop-out, because I know that it's not. For many health reasons, a lot of them are even qualified to get that surgery. But like, I don't have diabetes, thank God, and I don't have any of those major health issues like sleep apnea and whatnot. So I never really felt that I would even qualify. The only thing that qualified me would have been my BMI, my weight, you know, the fact that I was X amount of pounds over and above, you know, if you're 100 pounds or more over, you qualified. Nowadays, they're doing the VSG. You don't even have to be that much, you know, overweight, and they're doing it. And really the surgery, really? Wow, Fluffy, that's awesome. I'm trying to read while I'm talking. But view deleted messages. Did I miss something? But anyways, yeah, I basically just finally had to get on a scale. Like, it was October 2nd, 2011. And I said, like, enough was enough. I had some pain going on the top of my foot. I had some pain going on my shoulders. I had slipped and fell in the dog's water dish. And I always had severe back pain where, like, if my back went out, I was down for the count. And, like, I couldn't even, like, take care of myself. And lucky for me, old grumpy hubby there, you know, he did what he did for me. And I'm thankful for that, because I wouldn't expect any man to do that. But, you know, I am his wife, and we just spent our 20-year anniversary on the 15th of February. But, you know, it's still, when you're debilitating and you have to ask for help to that capacity, you know, when it gets that personal, I don't care who you've been with or how long you've been with them. That's a situation that I don't think anybody ever wants to have to be in or put somebody else in. And I just said enough was enough. And here I was not even 42 at the time. And I didn't know how to eat. I really didn't. I mean, I didn't know how to read labels. I didn't know about food. I actually saw this thing on the side with the featured videos. This girl, her name was Losing Jess, which is how I took on the name LosingDrea. Like, I couldn't think for myself what to name myself. I figured, okay, I'll choose LosingDrea because I was inspired by Losing Jess. And she did what she was doing through Weight Watchers and SparkPeople.com, which is free. Like, you know, you got Lose It is an app. My Fitness Pal is an app. So I started tracking my food and not really even knowing what I was doing, but I kind of made a game of it. You know, like anything else, you get addicted to it. It's for me, because I'm an addict. And I started tracking my food, and through tracking my food, I started learning what my food was. And I could just look at something and tell if it was, you know, 4 ounces of this or 2 ounces of that. But then I wasn't doing keto. I was just eating, you know, cutting things out. You know, they said if you just stop doing this and start doing that, and, you know, making small changes, you'll start seeing, you know, things. And if you go back through my channel, I have a playlist that's just all about my weight loss, because of course I have a million playlists. But you can see the change. I could see the change in me. And that's why I originally started my channel, was so that I can basically go back and see where I was and how far I've come. You know, it's taken me a long time. I was at my lowest down to 222 pounds. I never made it to Wonderland, but I just don't give up. And I think that's the important thing, the important message, why I keep my channel up. I had somebody tell me I should kill myself, that they've been following me for years, and that I shouldn't be named LosingDrea. I should be Gaining Drea. You know, you get the trolls, which is why Fluffy and Sarge are my moderators here. We had one of those. But they weren't going off on me this time. They were going off on somebody else and saying some rude shit. But yeah, no, it's not that I'm scared of surgery. I just know that surgery is not going to change this up here. You can get a head start. It's just a tool. And for some people, like my husband's tool still works for him. My mother's tool still works for her. But I still watch them eating things that they shouldn't. My husband drinks Mountain Dew on a daily basis. He got busted by his own gastric bypass surgeon. He was doing volunteer work at the hospital, and the surgeon that did his gastric bypass surgery had walked in the elevator while he was in the elevator with a soda, and he got busted with the soda in his hand. And he's going to go tomorrow. I hope it's laparoscopic. I don't know. He's been having severe stomach issues, and initially when he went for the surgery, they found a tumor. It was benign, and it was right on the outside lining of, which is good because it only took like a couple months to heal. And then he went back in 2 months later and they did the gastric. But had he not opted to do the gastric surgery, I'm looking at the chat while I'm talking to you guys, sorry. They would have never found this tumor because it wasn't something that, it didn't show up in a CAT scan. It didn't show up on none of the MRIs or anything that they do, because they do a lot of preliminary testing to make sure that all your insides are okay to even go in there and do that kind of thing, because they literally go in there and snip and stuff laparoscopically, you know, 7 different incisions. So you could imagine. But, yeah, it's not, you know, one, you get left with all those scars. And, you know, if you're going to lose weight, you need to learn how to eat, and you need to learn what you can and can't do. And, you know, nobody's perfect. I'm an addict, and there's many things in my life that I put it out here on my channel and even on Facebook that I've overcome for the moment, like just for today, you know, like, but anything is just a bad decision and a arm's length away, because if I can reach it and I can get my hands on it, who knows, you know, all bets could be off. When it comes to food, we all have to eat. So, you know, you replace one addiction, whether healthy or unhealthy, with another addiction. You know, I collect things, I shop. I don't know if y'all can see this puzzle that I have back here that's been there for like 3 weeks now. I haven't finished. Well, I bought like 4 puzzles because they were at the Dollar Tree, and that is a hard puzzle to do. I don't know why. I used to do puzzles when I was a kid. Now it's just sitting there. But everything for me could be an addiction, you know. So I try to replace my addictions with healthier addictions. But and I'm not that tall. I'm really only like 5'4", believe it or not. But from here up, I'm sure I look okay. My arms, I do not like my arms. I hate my arms. I don't know which side looks better, but, you know, when I had lost as much weight as I did, I don't know if you can go back to my videos. I wish I could put a, you know, something up that I could show you side by side. But I don't like my arms. And, like, I wear jeans. And I don't know if you can see, like, through this, but this is my side. And I've always had definition and shape here. I don't have much of a belly, but I have more of a belly than I would really want to have. And I have a butt. I've always had a butt. And I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of the butt. But these aren't as big as they look either, so. But I think we shrink in our old age, Fluff, for real. Like, seriously, I don't know. I'm actually wearing, what am I wearing? This has a little bit of a heel, but it's not much. It's just, I don't know. Thank God I'm done eating. I shouldn't have done that. But, like, you know, it came down to a time where I just say, you know, I don't care what people think about me. Like, I am who I am. But if anything, like, doing the videos that I do, I hope that I can help somebody. But if you look back through my channel, you see I've tried many different diets. I did Simply Salad September, almost, I guess 2 years ago it would have been. Thank you, Fluffy. And I just ate salads, and now it's like I hardly touch salad because there's so many carbs, even though you count net carbs with salad. Some people do, some people don't. And the thing with that and keto, if you know anything, is that not everybody, their body reacts that way. Like, some people can count just net carbs, and a net carb is if you take the fiber out and any sugar alcohols, that's how you get net carbs. So if you have, like, I'll show you. Ooh. I was wondering why I was making all this noise. Don't mind me, because going to show you guys something. I have this bar. It's been in my purse forever because I'm not eating it. But it's always there because I do carry snacks. This is something else. These are nitrate-free snack sticks. These are like almost $4 for 2 meat sticks. So if you want jerky, which I love, but that's like the better carb alternative. Where is the stupid thing? Oh, here it is. Okay. These are elevation bars. They come from Aldi's. They're what I would say the equivalent of the Atkins bars. So if you ever see the Atkins snack, the only difference is Atkins bars suck, in my opinion. Sorry, just had to say that. It tastes kind of like alcohol. Whatever that diet sugar or whatever they use in it, I don't like it. These are delicious. I love peanut butter, and this is actually a peanut butter crisp, peanut butter fudge crisp. Okay, so it claims that it has 2 grams net carbs. So how they come to that assumption is, oh, this doesn't have it, but 10 grams protein, 1 gram sugar. And how they get the 2 net carbs, and I don't have the box with me, is it's the fiber is supposedly high in fiber. So I think it's like 19, I think it's originally like 19 grams of carbs, let's say. And then it's like, I don't know, however many grams of sugar alcohol and however many grams of fiber. But the problem with counting net grams is some people do, their body does absorb all the carbs, even with fiber. So they're saying that the fiber is supposed to help counteract the carbs, but they don't. Eat it. Well, I'm really not hungry. Now I don't need to. But if I did eat it, it would be gone in a second because I love it so much, and it does not taste at all like diet food, but it's supposed to be carb conscious, and it's supposed to not mess with you if you're in ketosis, if you're on keto and you're, keto adapted. But as far as I'm concerned, like I said, some people, it wouldn't matter. So I try not to eat more than 20 grams of carbs a day. That's sometimes kind of hard to do because almost everything, like my heavy whipping cream, if I don't do organic, is a carb per serving. An egg even is like a carb. Butter is not. All your high fat foods like steak is not. But if you have anything like with sauce, you can't have, like I love A1 sauce with my steak, but there's carbs in that. So everything I try to account for, and I try not to go over 20 grams of carbs a day. If you do cheese, anything that's processed usually has at least 1 gram, if not more. I try to buy the blocks of cheese and then shred it myself or slice it myself because those tend to not have carbs because they're more like whole, whole product from, the cheese. But anything can have carbs in it. Yeah, they're good. They have the peanut butter fudge crisp. They have another one that's really good. It's double fudge crisp. It's like chocolate. If you like chocolate, I like chocolate, but I'm more into the peanut butter. And then they have some ones, like if you don't care about eating grain, there's like cranberry nut almond, something like that. It's kind of like a granola bar almost, but like cranberries and nuts. And they have some really good ones. And their prices on them are like $4 and change. I know Atkins has like $5 or $6 and change if you get them at Walmart. So you save a little bit. Aldi's is good for that. Well, American cheese, it depends. It depends the brand. You want to watch your brands. I don't know why, but brands differ. There is American cheese that has 0 carbs. You have to look for it. But if it's sliced, pre-sliced, and pre-packaged, it's going to be higher in carbs. My mom likes cottage cheese, but when she's doing keto with me, I kind of lecture her a little bit on the amount of carbs that's in there. Like I noticed today I bought her some. So some has 5 grams and some has 4 grams. Same with sour cream. I bought sour cream. I think it's Friends, either Daisy or Friends. I don't even remember which one I got now. I think it was Daisy. Well, anyways, it's only like 1 gram, but there are some that it has 4 or 5. So depends on how much of it you want to eat and where you want your carbs from. Because if you want to eat something so bad and you're going to take 4 carbs, you got to count it. Like people do points on Weight Watchers, I guess. I got 4 people watching me. Who is still with me? I saw before that Sarge deleted some messages, but she was dozing bad. Oh boy. You still with me, Sarge? Or did you doze? Is it the craft slices, Fluffy? I don't know. I just know, like, when I buy the heavy whipping cream, if I get the Aldi's brand, which is super cheap, I think it's like $1.99 for a little pint, there's a carb in that. But if I buy the, oh crap, I can't think of the name of it. Is it Horizons? It's an organic brand of heavy whipping cream. There's 0 carbs. And it might be that it's like a half a carb, because if it's not at least one, the Food and Drug Administration or whatever, food police or whatever you want to call them, they don't have to list it at all. And that half a carb, if you have 2 servings, is 1 carb. So a lot of stuff is misleading, and you got to watch that in addition to, you know, other stuff when you're logging your food, or when I log my food, I watch, because everything is misleading. No, actually, I'm finding the brand stuff is the ones that claim they don't have carbs. I mean, I don't know about the stuff that you're having, but like shopping for keto stuff is pretty much the same, I would think, as for Atkins. And it's the higher price stuff, because I will go for the higher priced organic heavy whipping cream, just not to get that carb, because I know that I'm going to have 4, 5, 6 cups of coffee throughout the day, and that would be equivalent to 4 or 5, 6 carbs. And you know, it's not about the calories, even though I still watch my calories. So it could be. I know from time to time, like I think I did a video where I tell people, like, every time you go to the store, even though you think you know a brand or a product, read the labels, because they're always changing stuff. I mean, stuff changes all the time. I don't know if it's, you know, like restaurant, you know, oh, well, we didn't have this kind of cheese, so we use that kind of cheese because we didn't have any choice in the matter, and we're not going to stop selling lasagna, you know, so we have to have cheese or pizza or whatever. But I know that the brands of the heavy whipping cream that I was using, it had no carb, and then one day it had a carb. It just kind of like, how did that happen? So yeah, that I did find with sausages. That is true. And also I buy, Aldi's has that pre-cooked bacon they sell in the box. It is absolutely delicious. I stopped buying bacon that I cook myself. I don't know if you saw it earlier back when I started keto. I would buy the thick bacon from GFS, which is like kind of like a store that like the restaurants would shop at, because I would make sheet pans, like my cake pans of bacon, but the grease and the smell of the grease in the air, I never liked making fried foods because of that. And I even have one of those fryer things that you have like in a restaurant, but I just don't like the grease. I really don't, you know, it's kind of gross and it gets all over your cabinets and stuff. So I pretty much just started buying this stuff in the box pre-cooked, and I like it. I put it in the microwave on a paper towel. I cook it on 30 seconds, which is actually probably a good 14 seconds higher or more, not higher, but more than they tell you to cook it for 14, or no, they tell you to cook it for 17 seconds. So I'm cooking it for whatever, and it comes out crispy just the way I like it, and it's delicious. So, you know, by the time I'm done making my eggs, I pulse it, turn it on for 30 seconds, and I have bacon and eggs in the morning. And my mom likes it too, because I make her breakfast when I make myself breakfast in the morning. Yeah, it's like, why not? I don't know. I think I pay not even $3 for a box. I buy like 4 or 5 boxes at a time. And it's good because you can keep it on the shelf until you open it too, which is another thing I like. Because sometimes we buy stuff, and it's just because it's mom and I only, and you know, Fluffy, because it's you and daughter, you know, you buy too much of something and then it goes bad. I throw out vegetables all the time. Zucchini, I'm always throwing out. Bananas, I was always throwing out until, of course, I was freezing them. But now I don't even eat bananas. So I told my mom, you want bananas, it's okay, you know, or smoothies. I don't do smoothies, but it used to be before I would have a smoothie, then it would be okay. I'd freeze the bananas. I even did a video somewhere on my channel about freezing the bananas. You can freeze blueberries. You can freeze a lot of different fruits, but I don't do fruits anymore. So, but yeah, and it's good. Like if you do BLTs, or if you like bacon in your, you know, mock mac and cheese, like I made the other day, that's good with bacon in it. Anything you want to crumble bacon in, that stuff is just awesome, and it crumbles good, and it don't taste like fake bacon or anything. It's real bacon. It's just I guess freeze dried or packaged in a way that until you open it, it's good. So it's got good shelf life on it. Came in real handy during Irma when we had no power. I could have just lived on bacon, but everything's good with bacon. That's true. That's what they say. I have a magnet back here. It says, if bacon is wrong, I don't want to be right. I even had an extra one somewhere because I was going to do a giveaway with that because everybody loves bacon, right? And I'm not really a big bacon person because to me, bacon's salty and I don't like salty foods. So, and nobody's asked me about the pink elephant in the room behind me here, this guitar. Like, do you play? Words to live by. Yeah, right? I hope so. Nikki, you still there? I don't see you anywhere. Nancy, I'm missing people. Somewhere between talking, I have such a hard time talking and keeping up, and I don't know, like, between the pain pill and my talking a lot, I don't know who I'm missing, if anybody left. And I know that Sarge was dozing. So I just unhid the message that Sarge supposedly hid, and it was Nikki's weight. And then you're only 5'3" and I'm a fat butt. Drink lots. I don't think she even, that must have been a mistake. I'm sure she didn't mean to do that to you. I never even saw that. Just me and you, Fluff? Am I watching myself? Because I have no idea. And do I play? Well, honestly, I own 3 guitars, 2 electric, and this beautiful acoustic over here. And I play by ear, and I don't play. And I meant to play and teach myself because I do play piano, and I'm also self-taught, and I like to sing. And I thought maybe one day I would do a little something, and I would do some lives or something, but I'm not that good. I am no Joan Jett or Janis Joplin. I look like Joan Jett, I've been told, with the hair. Did you notice I got a haircut? I got them all cut, actually. I went today, and she said she snipped off about 5 inches, and it feels like 10 pounds. But I said, just cut it off. Do what you want. I trust you, which is amazing for me because I don't trust nobody with scissors near my head. Thank you. So, yeah, I had a little haircut. I just got, you know, I went to the new store to get some roast beef and stuff, and I saw the hair cuttery, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to try my luck. And I went in and I got a haircut. It was like $18 for a cut, and I gave her a $10 tip. So, and I didn't need to wash, but she washed it. I think you're supposed to charge for that. But she wanted to wash it and get it wet, even though I told her I had just dyed it today. But, you know, I'm thinking of going back and doing like all gray or titanium because I'm so sick of having to dye my hair every week because it's just like I could see the growth. And I take the biotin and my hair grows crazy like. That's how I even said that to the girl. I said, that's no way to cut hair. I go, don't, you know how like when you go get your hair cut and always whoever cuts your hair is like, oh, who cut your hair? This is uneven and that's uneven. I was like, don't ridicule the hairdresser. It was me. I did it myself and I admit to it because I did that. I basically would put it in a ponytail and then cut straight across and then just let it fall. That or the old Flowbee. Do you remember Flowbee where it sucked it up like a hairdryer, but a hairdryer that sucked and it would cut whatever went into the hairdryer? It's kind of like a tunnel that you put on your head. I don't know if you remember that. I said something to her, but she was too young and she tried to play like she knew what I was talking about, but she really didn't know what I was talking about. And you just see the look on her face like, Okay. Yeah, you just like suck it up in there and cut off whatever is in there, you know? But I've cut Grumpy Hubby's hair before, and then one day I had one of those wall DeWalt whatever shavers, and there was different little plastic things that you stick on it. And my brother handed me one that was really short, and by the time I had already started zipping into his head, he had pieces. He wouldn't let me finish. He's like, "What did I do wrong to you?" He was so upset. He thought I deliberately like made him look like Jason Voorhees in that one Friday the 13th movie where he had like just pieces and bald head and pieces sticking out. It was horrible. So I don't cut his hair anymore. I pay for him to go get his hair cut. I'm like, I'm not touching your hair. I don't care how. Oh, please. Nope. I'm not doing it. I don't want to be responsible if I screw anything up. But so anyways, that was good. And I still have some of that sauce left over too, which I wonder, I'm trying to think what would be good with that sauce that I could mukbang in the sauce. I really want to do the seafood that I have because I got 2 lobsters, 10 little neck clams. I got, I think there's 6 or 8 of the stuffed clams. Those in itself are just awesome. Those also came from Aldi's along with the lobster. And I got 2 big packages of like the pre-cooked frozen shrimp that, I don't know if anybody knows this. It's pre-cooked, but when you try to cook it a little bit, they shrink and they're not as big as they say they are on the package. But I wanted to do that. And I also have a thing of mussels, but I'm not, I don't know. I don't think people want to see you eat mussels on camera. I could be wrong. Hey, Christine! Good to see you. I'm glad you tuned in. I just looked up and seen 31. Yo! So, yeah, I was just having a little talk about weight loss surgery and stuff before. You missed it. Not that I had it, but how you doing with your tummy tuck and all that? You doing good? I hope so. I was just thinking about you too. Wow. See? Think about you and you show up. You're like a genie. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Do you watch Yummy Bites TV, Fluffy? Kimi, yeah, Kimi. Oh, yeah, okay. I could see her. She eats a lot of stuff on hers. I've seen her eat squid, octopus. I've seen some weird stuff. And I watched this guy that does a lot of big eats of street foods and stuff. I don't know if you ever watch. I don't know what his name is. He kind of reminds me of like Jackie Chan. He kind of looks just like him to me. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if it's like every Saturday or something, but the whole family is in on the whole mukbang thing. She does a lot of the seafood stuff, like the king crab, and those things just seem like really, really expensive. I don't know. And somebody did a king crab mukbang, and I heard they spent over $200 and something, and their channel wasn't even that large. And I'm like, I know they're not making that kind of money, so I don't have that kind of money where I can go afford that kind. But, you know, like I bought the lobsters. They were $12 or $12.99 at Aldi's. I got one for me, one for my mom. And then later I bought the stuffed clams. And then today I just got the little necks because they were only 39 cents each. So I got 10 of them. So that was like $3.90. But like, I got to do something now because those little necks are fresh. They're not, you don't want to freeze those. They'll never pop open, if you know what I mean. I know that much about seafood. Yeah, Kimi does. Kimi was one of the first mukbangers that I found before watching Mommy Tang. And then it was you. Because I was like, when you were in the double digits, I was one of your followers. I remember you had like, I don't know, maybe 60 people, if that. Maybe not even. I think I was like number 18 or something. That's what I remember, but I could be remembering what I want to remember, not what was fact. Yes, okay, so you had I can't pronounce that. Penelectomy, not the TT. Okay. So, yeah, that is different. I think that's like a full body lift, is it not? I remember Sarah, what was her name? She got the grant from the WLSF. She was the first grant recipient I think she had the penelectomy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them king crabs, but the ones that I seen, Fluffy, they were huge. I mean, I go places to see, you know, king crab that you could buy, and I've not seen king crab that big. She said she got them at Sam's Club, but I don't shop Sam's Club, so I don't know. But I don't think I would think Walmart is the same as Sam's Club. They would have the same stuff, but they don't, apparently. Shrimp cocktail. Yeah. See, me, I don't like to fight for my food. So eating like crab, lobster, you know, if it isn't already cracked into, like, I don't want to eat it. But eating lobster, I could be like Daryl Hannah and Splash and literally like eat the hell out of a lobster. I suck on the legs and everything. Like, people don't want to watch me eating a lobster because I get into it like a mermaid or something. Yeah. Well, do you save your sub? Like, I have a folder when I get, like, YouTube lets me know that I have a new sub. I save all those emails in a folder. So I could kind of go back and see. But I remember I was one of your first several. I think you only had, like, double digits, whatever they were. But I know it was before you were doing videos with Banana. That's all I know. Cute mermaid. Do they? They do have. There's a little gnat flying around here. I hate when that happens. He always visits me when I'm doing a video. I don't even know. I got him. I'm glad I'm not eating. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Christine. Just the lower. See, I want that now, but get the lower pouch removed. But did you lose more weight? Because you said that I gave you the motivation or something to help you lose the weight that you needed to so you can get the surgery. That really made me feel good that I had that capability. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't got sick of you yet, Fluff. You ain't gonna get rid of me that easily. You can even get pissed off at me if you want. I always love me Fluffy. No, there's just, you know, there's certain people that I watch that, you know, like, I don't really watch Yummy Bites TV as much anymore because I don't know, like, you know, if I'm going to spend some time, which takes time to watch videos, there's certain people that I want to watch that I get something out of more so than others. You know, like, I used to watch Mommy Tang, but then Mommy Tang started doing some weird videos. Like, she left, but then she came back. And I didn't want to watch somebody sit there and eat salad. It just wasn't enticing to me. I could eat salad. I'm on a diet. I want to live vicariously through somebody. I want to eat all the junk food they're eating. So, yeah. So, I do. I love you, Fluffy. I love everybody, though. You said it. You know, I just love everybody. I'm a nice YouTuber. When you said that, I said, I don't know if I should be offended by that. But I do love everybody. Like, I try to watch everybody's videos from beginning to end and like them. And even if I can't sit there and watch the whole thing, I'll put it on the background. Like, if I'm working, I'll let it go to end. So you get the watch time from me anyways. And, but for the most part, I don't know if you notice, like, how I comment. My comments will usually, you know, like, usually I'll do a PS and I'll do a second comment because I realized something towards the end of the video. Because in the beginning, I would watch the video and I'd start commenting and I'd leave it up. But if the video, like, automatically went into the next video, like it's on autoplay, whatever my comment was would go away. So I took it off of autoplay. So hopefully that doesn't happen to me no more. But no, I was saying, to be offended, I was being funny. Because you said to me, I'm just a nice YouTuber. Somewhere you said that I was just a nice YouTuber and I just don't notice certain things. You know what video I'm talking about. But I guess I notice what I want to notice. Oh, that's really awesome, Christine. You told me that, and you know what? You told me that at a time when I really needed to know that because I was feeling kind of down about myself and questioning my own journey. Because, you know, I get stuck. Yeah, in the 240s, and it's horrible because like I'm like 240 something now. Well, higher than I should because I'm eating garbage. And I've been eating like cakes and cookies and danishes, and let me not even go there, but I've been eating stuff I shouldn't be. And you know, I'd like do the self-sabotage because I get upset at myself when I get stuck. But it just seems like there's something going on with my body. I was saying it earlier. There's something going on with me medically. I think I have a thyroid issue. And it's not like before, you know, 6 years ago when I started losing weight and I lost 80 pounds in like 4 months. I know I'm not eating that same type of diet. And I sometimes think, well, maybe if I just eat like that again, I'll be okay. But I don't know if it's keto. I question the keto, even though it's easy for me to maintain and stick to. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if it's the health issues that I might be going through, because 6 years is a long time. You know, things happen. And I get down to like 242, 243, and I just stay there, and then I sabotage myself. And I go back to 244, 245, 248. I go back down. So I'm just like losing the same weight, and I'm just kind of maintaining, but I'm happy. I could say I'm happy, but I gain, I lose, I gain, I lose. And I'm right with you're less than me right now, Christine. I think this morning I got on a scale and I was 248 point something. And I'm not happy with that, but I had my coffee and I was only going to do coffee and I was going to eat steak. But I decided that, nope, I'm going to eat these Potstickers. Highest, yeah. See, I got over 300, but I'm not sure exactly how much over 300. Like, I wouldn't get on a scale. I didn't want to know. I just knew that physically I could barely wipe my own ass. Like, seriously, it got to that point and I was like, you know what? This is not cool. And then whenever my back would go out, I mean, it was out for 2 months, 3 months at a time. And to be walking with a walker at age 42, yeah, 2012, 42. To be walking with a walker or a cane or not being able to walk at all and being stuck in a chair because it was more comfortable for me to sit or lay in the lazy boy chair, or easier for me to try to get myself up to go to the bathroom on my own. It just, you know, it never got like extremely, extremely bad, but there was this one time where thankfully, you know, grumpy hubby helped me clean myself up because I couldn't wipe. I couldn't move. I was just stuck and I couldn't reach back, forward, nothing. And it's just like, I got to do something, you know. It got that point. I just really needed to do something. And that's when I decided, and that's when I became part of the weight loss community. I met Mama Rose. Well, first I met Quilting Connie through my crafting. And through her channel, I met Mama Rose. And my mom had already had the Roux-en-Y surgery. And she should have been actively in touch with the weight loss community herself, as, you know, to get support. And she didn't. Yet I followed more of these people around than she did and became friends with a lot of them. So I used to love watching Gastric Rose, you know, Mama Rose, Rosemary, do her, what was that she did on Sundays? Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. And I used to watch it religiously. So, and then I was so very happy to hear that Connie was the first grant recipient for the weight loss surgery, and she had finally gotten it, because I watched her struggle with just putting on socks and, you know, everyday chores. It's just horrible. Yeah. So 240, 245. Yeah, but you're happy, right? But at the same time, it's like there's got to be a reason that we get to that point and then we stop. Like, something tells our mind, oh, you could screw up. I don't know. Maybe I need to throw away the scale. Sometimes I think that, because I get discouraged, but not discouraged where I don't want to keep trying. I just say, well, you know, like, I'll get on the scale and I'll see like I'm down to, let's say, 239 for one day. I got out of 240s and I don't know what happened. I popped back up and I'm back into the 240s again. It's like, I think I have the 240 curse, the 240s curse. Cause like I said, 243, 244. If I showed you this little thing, well, okay. Nothing for nothing, but the junk food makes me tired. That it does. So by eating the ketogenic way, I'm not always tired, and then I can cook food, and it's not hard to make a steak. I'll put a steak in the broiler on high, 5 minutes on each side, one of those thick ones from Aldi's, and 10 minutes I have a steak. So, but I don't do food prepping like I did when I lost the first 80 pounds. But this is the sheet that I keep. See, I don't know, because I'm not seeing in real time what you guys are going to be seeing. But I keep this sheet. And, like, if you look through all my notes, this is going all the way. Look how thick this thing is. This is going all the way back to when I started in 2012. And, you know, I can see all the different weights and stuff that I've had. But I've been pretty much stuck at 247, 249, 254. You know, I was 254.8 on the 27th of January. And so I went down, and so I'm back up. I'm 248. I'm not 254, but I'm getting close to it, but stop myself. You know what I mean? How does Jim Carrey say, somebody stop me? You know? You know, and that's what I like about keto is, you know, I'll just suffer for a day or so, and then I'm okay. And it's real easy for me to sustain a lot of the hunger or that wanting to go back to the refrigerator by just eating something really high in fat. And even if I eat a few more carbs than I normally want to in a day, just for those first couple of days. Let me get that real quick. Can I call you right back in a little bit? No, I'm doing a video live. I love you. Bye. So, yeah, that was Grumpy Huppy. Who else would I tell that to that I love them? So, you know, then I find it easier to transition back into the keto way of living. But I basically do keto, what I call keto low carb, because I'm not doing it for the mind. You know, like in the beginning when I did it, started a year ago, I loved the way I felt. You know, not having the brain fog and all that, because I had that so bad, and I couldn't think for myself, and I kind of felt like I was always stoned or something. Like I didn't know what I was doing, where I was going, what did I just say, and not having smoked anything in a very long time. I've got almost 8 years clean. I haven't smoked any pot. That was like a really bad feeling. I felt like I had killed all my brain cells, and I thought they were gone for good. And really what it was what I was eating, and it's what I call grain brain. And literally when I gave up the grain, is when I started feeling better. So I still think in my mind that I can quit doing the keto thing more or less, but just don't eat grain. Because if I still stay away from, like, cereals was my big crutch. Like, I love cereal. And yet I didn't eat just a small bowl of cereal. I ate a bowl of cereal, and then sometimes would have a second bowl of cereal. So that's a big contributor to weight gain, is all of that grain. You know, it's not good. And I love oatmeal, but I don't eat oatmeal. It's grain. I love rice, but I try not to eat rice. And I even have a figure-friendly version of rice pudding that I was making with brown rice and almond milk that you could even make with stevia. And it is really delicious, and it doesn't even taste fake, but it tastes better with real sugar. It's actually a German version because my father is German. But outside of that, like, I cannot, for the life of me, really any of that kind of stuff. As soon as I cook it and make it, I want to eat it, and I need to not eat it. So if you have me on Facebook and you know my Drea's Kitchen, then you know, like, I make eclairs and decorated cakes and cream puffs and all kinds of goodies. But I had to stop making them. And I told people that would ask me, oh, can you make this cake or whatever, you know? And I'd be like, no, I can't, because if I make it, I'm going to eat it. Even if I make a cake and I cut the crusty edges off the sides, I eat the crusty edges. So I couldn't do it. But we can lose the weight. We're capable of it. Even if we are sick, I know I'm capable of losing the weight. That's why I don't give up. You know, I have my fun. I eat a little bit here and there. I maybe go off on a tangent for a whole week, but I'll get back to doing it again, and I'll be healthy again. But I also like doing mukbangs. I like coming on. I like talking with my friends. I like doing these, is it mukbangs? Mukbangs? I used to know how to say it right. But like I said, who cares? Eating show. You know, I like bringing people into my home, like coming and eating dinner with me at my house, like Thanksgiving and stuff. So that's what I do it for. But I am glad that I helped you. I really, that really does inspire me. And when you told me that months ago when you did, it was at a time I really needed to hear it because I was ready to throw in the towel. I seriously was just like wanting to give up. But I know that, you know, coming on here and being transparent and admitting my faults or even showing, yeah, I'm eating something that's not keto. Hey, I'm being honest. The title says eating not keto. Because if I do have anybody that maybe is on keto, I don't want them to come on and think, oh man, she made some keto friendly pot stickers. I'm sure you can. I'm trying to figure it out. Usually I try to figure friendly anything that I make. I don't know how they would taste. I haven't tried it yet, but those kind of things, pot stickers, pierogies, whatever you call them, you know, you boil them first is how, you know, until they rise to the top of the water. I don't know if making that with almond or coconut flour or even psyllium husk or any of that kind of, those kind of grain flour, non-grain flours, if that would work the same. So I haven't tried it. I probably need to try it. But mukbang. Is it? I want to say mukbang, but mukbang. I don't know. You know, what's her name? I know you don't like watching her too because she's real foul. And when I say foul, like La Boca. What's her name? Chinita. What's her name? Chunky. Chunky is funky, whatever. Chunky monkeys. She, I think she says mukbang. Mukbang. I don't know. That's why I changed it because I'm not sure how to call it anymore. Yes, yes. I mean, being that I'm no longer in the 300 range, that's a big thing. And being that even though I've gained some weight back that I lost, I never gained it all back, thankfully. But I don't want to because I know how hard it was to lose it. So I don't want to, you know, and now I don't have, believe it or not, I don't have heartburn. I don't have back problems like I had. Every now and again, I get a little tinge here and there, but it's nothing as severe. But most of my pains is when I'm eating poorly. Like when I start eating crap like this, the pain comes back. When I start getting where my body's in ketosis and I'm keto adapted, I don't have the aches and pains in my neck. I don't have the toothache pains. My vision is better. My thinking is better. So I'm all around better. And you would think, well, why don't you just do the right thing? Well, I'm an addict and I have a hard time saying no to my drug of choice, which is food these days. So that's why. Yes, eat with Chunky. Chunky monkey, Chunky, whatever. She says mukbang. So I don't know if that's how you say it, but whatever. I started doing mukbangs since Trisha Paytas. She was doing them. I had to look it up because I had no idea what a mukbang was. She was the first one that I saw do it, and I looked it up online to see what it was. And from there, I found everybody else who was doing it. But I also watch Oogie's, if I'm saying that right. It's the little Japanese girls that eat like 10,000 calories in one sitting. They eat like 150 hamburgers or a bunch of Big Macs or chicken legs or whatever it is. And there's other extreme eaters, like Furious Pete. There's a guy from Canada that walks around with all these beautiful blondes in black leather dresses and mini skirts and stuff. I forget what his name is. I'm subscribed to some of them, but I have another channel and I just never did anything with it. And basically it's called Extreme Eats TV. And the plan for the channel was to, you know, not really interview these extreme eaters, but report news, kind of like how the drama channel, I don't know, Vegan Cheetah was reporting on different vegan channels and whatnot, and you know, the gossip. I don't want to be a gossip channel, but spilling the tea, or it isn't even about, it's just about like, oh, have you seen, because you know, there's a lot of these people that nobody have even heard about, and there's a lot of extreme eaters that are out there. There's people that go for the biggest fair food in Texas, or the food trucks. You know, there's people that go around and they do interviews like Duff does on Diners and Dives. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there like that. And I thought, wow, you know, I know, and they aren't fat, Fluffy, at all. Yeah, mukbang. Yeah, duck muck. You're right, mukbang. But they're not fat. None of them. Even, well, Furious Pete had cancer twice already because it was in remission and then it came back. And people were giving him a lot of hate because, oh, well, look how you eat, you know, no wonder you got cancer. That was like so wrong. And he documented his whole entire process going through chemo and all that on his channel. But I think I had found his channel because he ate the world's largest pizza, and they show how they make the pizza. It was a place in New York, and they show from beginning to end how they make it, how they pre-bake the shell, which is kind of like if you've ever seen a Sicilian pizza, and how they have an oven with an extra piece that they put on the oven so that it fits in there, and then the box that they put it in, and how they put it on the car and deliver it and everything. And it was really, really super cool. They make you sick. Yeah, and then there's this other guy. I don't know what his name is either, but he's like so muscular that he's like popping with veins. But he eats like the biggest burrito I've ever seen, and a million pancakes. And there's another one where I mean, it's just like sickening to see how much food these people can eat. And they're like stick figure thin and popping with veins all over, and it's just like, seriously? Oh my God, I don't know how they do it. It's just like Christy. I think she's getting a little chunky. I'm starting to see like her face is a lot more fuller, but she always said in the beginning when she first started that she only eats once a day, and she takes some sort of pill. Now I know she takes a pill for like, because she can't have dairy, so they have these pills at Kroger or something, I guess, or no, HEB is where she shops, and she has to take these pills because she's like lactose intolerant. So she's always taking a pill before she eats anything that she knows has like lactose in it. But there was something else that she mentioned, but she didn't like go into full detail that she takes. And she only eats one meal a day. And that happens to be when she sits down and does her mukbang. I'll get it right one day. And so she's like tall, slender, black girl who just doesn't look like she gained a lot of weight, you know, but how long can you go for without gaining a lot of weight? I used to do a mukbang and end up gaining just that sitting, especially Asian food. Like if I do a buffet, like all you can eat buffet, not to mention you don't know how to properly like count your calories or input your calories for that. I always end up gaining like 3 to 5 pounds from just eating Asian food. And I guess that's just MSG and me. I don't know. Don't do yeah, lactate. I don't know what it is. You know, I love my fats. So I don't think I would be good if I ever found out I was lactose intolerant and I couldn't have certain dairy products. I could live without them, but I probably wouldn't be happy because I used to not do dairy. Like I did organic milk, and then I stopped organic milk, and then I only did almond milk, and I do almond cashew milk, but I do my heavy whipping cream. But I don't do regular milk. Regular milk to me tastes kind of sour or bitter now, where I grew up on that, and which is why I was so fat. That and 3 bowls of cereal a day. And that's another thing. I miss rice. I mean, my husband's Cuban, if you didn't know. And, you know, like the Cubans, they eat rice. Now, he doesn't like beans. He's the only Cuban I know. You have to like pull the beans out of his stuff if like it was congri and it was mixed in. He doesn't like beans. He'll eat the juice from the beans, but he doesn't like the actual bean. Go figure. But I used to make a lot of different rice dishes, like yellow rice with chicken, or arroz con dulces, which is like the Puerto Rican style with the banana leaf over the top, with the pigeon peas, which the gandules is the big pigeon peas. I'm pretty sure you might know. And I cooked a lot of Spanish stuff because I love Spanish food. I love Cuban coffee. You know, I grew up in Miami, and I would say a good 90% of my friends were either Cuban or Puerto Rican. My neighbors across the way and a good bit of my neighborhood is, we got Mexican and Puerto Rican, but I would say it's more Puerto Rican than Mexican. We have a lot of Mexican restaurants around here, and I love, love, love Mexican food. Like, I can't even tell you, like tortas and tamales and enchiladas and you name anything, fajitas, anything. I just love, and I love the Spanish rice, like inside of it. So like, you know, like the real Mexican, authentic Mexican, they usually put rice. You got like a yellow rice, or the Spanish style is kind of red looking rice, and then whatever meat and filling and stuff, cheese, and I could eat that stuff all day long. I love it. And we have food trucks that are like permanently parked on the side of the road, like on the way to my house. There's like 3 of them on the way every day that I pass. And it's like one I won't go to because I know they suck. But there's one that everybody is always there. They have like ice and water machine where I get my water jugs filled up, the 5-gallon water jugs filled up. And they're parked right in that same parking lot. And you cannot help but smell the food when you go and fill up the water jugs. So I try to fill up like 5 of them at once so I don't have to go back. Because I just, oh my God. And you wouldn't die if you stopped eating rice, because I haven't died yet, but I still have rice-a-roni and those prepackaged like dollar boxes of rice. Every now and again, I just give in and I eat it. And I like my rice cooker. And I also figured out that the same recipe that I make my pizza dough, that I make for my pizza, garlic rolls, Italian bread, or baguette bread, that same dough, I make steamed sticky buns. And I am a sucker for steamed Asian sweet barbecue pork sticky buns, or the sweet bean, red bean paste. Out of this world. In the steam cooker, in the rice cooker that I have, makes the sticky buns. What is else? I don't know. What is else? Did I miss something? What did I miss? I'm still here. Did you come back, Nikki, or you just never left? Because I was looking for you before, and then I don't know. I think you dropped off the face of the chat. I don't even know. How long have I been on here? I have to go back to the other screen and see how long I've been on here, because I've been on here way too long. Oh, it's okay. A pain in the backside. How old is she, Nikki? Oh, I see. You said it, Christine. Yeah, it meant WLS, weight loss surgeries. That's what you meant, not ELS, but WLS, weight loss surgeries. Oh, she's 21 and you're 49. Okay, so like we're the same age. I'll be 48 in May. If I had kids, they'd be in their 20s for sure, because I'm married 27 years, but I don't know what it is with my husband. He comes from a family of 4 girls, and he's one of 4 boys, and none of the boys have kids, and all of the girls make up for the kids they didn't. He's got one sister that's got 10 kids, and he's got another one that's got 7. They're all boys, and then one that has 3 boys, and one that has 1 boy, 1 girl. And then all their kids have kids too, pretty much. But none of the boys, none of his brothers have kids. So we never had any kids. Our kids are our animals. 2 hours. Holy shit. Nobody's going to want to watch this back. I just love talking to you guys. Oh, and you have a son too. Wow. 2 kids. That's awesome. Yeah, I love kids when they're other people's kids. Like Fluffy has a daughter, and I don't even know what she looks like, and nobody knows her name. But like, I feel like that's like family, because you watch your videos and you get to know. You know, like I guess the dogs are. I know of your dogs more, Fluffy. Sheba and Little Man. But even for a while there, it was like Little Dog and Big Dog. You didn't even say their names. So I know. And it's hard keeping up with Sarge's dog. I know there's Hobbs and is it Cutter? I don't know. I get confused. She's got the cats and the dogs, and I think they're all named after cartoon characters. So I think that's where Hobbs came from. Me, I got too many to keep up with myself. I've got minions outside that my husband fed, and now that he's not here, I'm feeding. So when he was here, there wasn't as many. For some reason, like 2 of them will actually come to me, and these are what I consider to be feral cats. But I got one, I actually named her Olive. She's black, but she's got sparse hair. So she kind of, I don't know, for whatever reason, reminds me of like a Kalamata olive, that kind of brownish color. So I named her Olive. There you go. Hobbs, Cooper, and Dallas. That's right. Thank you, Fluffy. And then there's one we call Tiger because it's a tiger cat. And I always thought it was a boy, but I'm now thinking it's a girl because I think she's knocked up. And then there's another black cat that's out there, and I think she's knocked up. And I think there's 3 at one time that are going to have kittens somewhere. And feeding them is not a good idea because they're just going to keep coming. But I don't know. I have a heart for animals more so than people sometimes. Your daughter's name is Olive, Sasha? Aw. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a pretty name. I don't know why. I don't know that I would name any of my kids Olive, like my pets, but I have a Pickle. Which is why when Fluffy goes, pickle, 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 and she takes a bite of a sour pickle, and she's like, pickle, pickle, pickle. Cracks me up. My cat, like, looks like, calling me? Pretty name. Yeah, Olive's a pretty name. Olive, aw. That is a pretty name. Olive Grace. Like, I love Grace. When you say Olive, it sounds like I love. It's very pretty. But yeah, I have Pickle, Domino, Blue, who's also Blueberry, but she's a Russian Blue. I have Kalea, which we call Callie, or Stalker Kitty, because she'll stand over you and just stare at you like for hours. If you're sleeping, she don't care. Handsome is the only boy kitty that I have. And then I have Nova, aka November. We actually got her in November, so I named her November. She's a little calico, and I also call her Grumpy Face. And then I have 2 dogs, and my mom has a dog. My mom has a little dog named Nikki, who's older than dirt. Like, this dog, I don't know how old the dog is, to be honest. I think she just had a birthday, or she's having a birthday. But she's one of those, like, they should have named her Timex. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking, or she keeps licking and ticking. I don't know. Bye, Fluff. Yeah, make something to eat. You do that. Tony and Candy. Oh, those are nice names. Cute fur baby names. Thank you. Yeah, and then I have Chico is my bird. He's a parrot. I didn't name him. He came to me that way. We just left his name because we figured he knew it. Night, Fluff. Love you. Have a good night. Enjoy your sandwich. I'll try to catch you if I can catch you later on live. I got to call hubby back. Not that I want to, but. And I have fish, but I didn't name the fish. I had one that had a name. It was Sushi, but I don't know. I guess you don't name a fish Sushi if you don't want it to die, because he died. He was one of those Japanese fighting fish. So anyways, guys, thank you. Now there's 5 watching me. I guess that's you, Sasha. You came back. I love all of you guys. If you haven't already subscribed to me, I would love if you did. If you have channels, I will definitely go subscribe to you and check out all of your videos. I like to watch videos from beginning to end, which helps you with your watch time. And I always like videos. I never dislike videos. I might not like it if I don't like it, but I'll never dislike it. Just saying, I'm honest. Yeah, I named him Sushi. And then he died. But the fish that I have is because I read that beta fish, Japanese, whatever, they don't like to be with each other, like the same kind. They will fight. But they grow up in rice paddies with zebra dianos and corridovas, which are bottom feeder fish. They kind of look like little catfish or suckerfish. Not as ugly, though. They're kind of cute, more cuter suckerfish. So I got a few of those, and that's what got left behind. The beta died, and the suckerfish and one zebra diano is still alive. And even though I kill just about every fish I've ever owned, they've been living for years. I can't kill them. So you are subscribed to me, Nikki. I didn't mean you. You can always resubscribe. I don't know. Sometimes I go to people's channels and I notice that it'll say I'm not subscribed when I know that I am, or at least I thought I am. It's just YouTube playing tricks on me. So anyways, thank you guys for watching me eat some food that I shouldn't be. It was most enjoyable. I'll save the sauce for any of you who might want to come over for the next helping. I'm kidding. And yeah, have a great night. Enjoy yourself. Christine, I love you, girl. You might have already left, but I'll catch you guys on the next live. Bye, guys.